counting. So we'll start taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, holding for a count of 7, and it can be as fast as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, noticing the expansion of your lungs and your rib cage. And then as you exhale, letting all the breath out for a count of 8. So doing this in child's pose or any other restorative pose of your choice. Inhaling for 4. Pause and hold at the top of the in-breath for 7. Exhale through the mouth for 8 counts. We're going to do about 6 more cycles like that. So inhaling for 4. Pause and hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Five more cycles at your counting. Inhaling for 4. Pause and hold for 7. Exhaling for 8. 4 more cycles in that way. So as you continue to breathe and be mindful of your breath here today, I want you to think about just the concept of letting go and allowing yourself to be here present on your mat today. Letting go of kind of the hurry, our quickness to fix things as they come up, and just allowing things to be as is today. And as you continue with that mindful 4, 7, 8 breathing, whenever you feel comfortable, set an intention for your practice today. Something you'd like to focus on, something that's meaningful to you. Maybe it's just taking time for self-care. And once you've finished your breath cycles, just return to a 1-to-1 breath. And when you feel ready, make your way up into tabletop. Shift your hands over to the left corner of your mat. Take a deep breath in, and then use your exhale to sink back towards your right heel, diagonal stretch. And just soften the neck, maybe allowing your head to relax on the upper arm. Just allowing the breath to flow to the right side body all the way down into the hip. When you feel ready, coming back up to center, switching your hands over to the right corner, taking another nice deep breath in. Exhale, drop back towards your left heel. Pause and breathe, relax your head and neck. Inhaling back up to tabletop, coming to a neutral spine. We'll take a few cycles of cat and cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press away, rounding the spine, cat pose. Take about 5 or 6 cycles at your own pace. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. And take your own interpretations of these poses today and just begin to link your movement with your breathing. Kind of using these first introductory poses to kind of get acquainted with your body, noticing what comes up for you today, noticing any areas of tightness or restriction. Think about softening the face and relaxing the jaw. Maybe finishing the cycle that you're on, and then making your way into that tabletop position. Nice neutral spine here, allowing the shoulders to fall down away from the ears. On an inhale, send your right arm up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, thread the needle. So sliding it under the left cheek and shoulder blade to the mat. Maybe a partial bind is available to you, maybe not. Do what works for you. Pause and breathe into the spine twist here. Good, set your left hand back down on the mat if it's not there. Deep breath in, right arm sweeps high, and then exhale, set it down. Again, shoulders fall down away from the ears. Deep breath in, left arm floats. Exhale, send it under the right. Thread the needle side to any modification of the pose. Keep the hips lifted here. Allow your breath to flow into the spine. So focusing on that rotation. Pause and breathe. Good, setting the right hand back down on the mat. Big inhale, left arm reaches up. And then exhale, go ahead and set it down. We'll step the right foot forward between the hands. Just nice and gentle, walk the hands up the front thighs, take low lunge. You can settle into that front knee here. Being mindful of that knee over ankle alignment on the front leg. You can flip the long edge of your mat for a little bit of extra padding underneath that right or that left kneecap if that is something that you need today. And let's go ahead and just extend the right arm back. Nice easy spine twist here. Option for a quad stretch if you'd like, grabbing the instep of that back foot. Turning and gazing over your right shoulder as you rotate. You chose to grab the foot, release it, holding the twist. And then deep breath in, take both arms up. Right hand is going to grab onto the left wrist. Take a gentle side stretch to the right. Just kind of allowing some elongation of the left side body. Good, come back up to center, palms up towards the ceiling, and then send the palms forward. Separating the shoulder blades, drop the chin slightly. Breathing into the mid-back. Focus on pressing the front of the left hip forward. Good, as you exhale, release the hands, interlace them on top of the sacrum this time. Draw down and back. This time lifting your chin up, opening the chest. Breathing into the base of the throat and the heart center. Pausing and breathing. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release the hands. Take the hands to the instep of the right foot, come into lizard lunge. So moving that right foot out to the side. Both hands are on the instep, allowing the front of the left hip to drop down now for the mat. And then if it's available to you, you might walk down to forearms here. You might use a block underneath your forearms, or you might stay on a straight elbow. You can think about letting that right knee fall out to the side and allow the front of your left hip to drop down. Pause and breathe. And then slowly making your way out of it, toe heel that right foot back in, and then step that right leg back. So coming back into tabletop, take a couple rocks front to back here, so just shifting your weight from fingertips back towards heels. And then we'll do that same series on side two. So stepping the left foot forward between the hands, come up to low lunge. Just kind of walking or sweeping your arms up. Bending and straightening into the front knee, pressing the front of the right hip forward. Be mindful of shoulder over pelvis position here. And then this time we'll extend the left arm back to twist, following the hand with your eyes. So you're rotating through your entire spine. If you'd like quad stretch, grabbing for the instep of that back foot. Keeping your spine elongated as you rotate. Pause and breathe, not forcing anything today, just doing what works for your body. Good, release the foot if you grabbed it. Staying with the twist for a couple more breaths. And go ahead and reach both arms all the way up, coming into that low lunge position again. This time, take your left hand, reach onto the right wrist, and then side stretch over towards the left side wall, or the left side of your mat. Relaxing through the face and jaw. Good, coming back up to the center, reach both arms all the way up. On an exhale, one more time, mid-back stretch, really hollowing out, pretending like you're hugging the trunk of a tree, bringing the shoulder blades around the rib cage. Big inhale, sweep the arms up again. Exhale, release them down. Bring them on top of the sacrum one more time. Open up the heart, so drawing down and back with the hands, lifting the chin, breathing into the front body. Relax your face. And then as you exhale, release the hands. Set them on the instep of that left foot, and then move the left foot off to the side for lizard pose or lizard lunge. So just like you did on the first side, depending on your flexibility or openness in the hips and what you're feeling right now, no pressure. You could walk down to the forearms. You can use a block. You can set your left hand towards the inner thigh on the left. So thinking about dropping the front of the right hip down and the left knee out to the side. We'll do a little bit of hip opening now, and then we'll do a little bit more towards the end of our practice today, focusing on some of those favorite hip openers, giving options and choices for whatever might not be available to you today. Just remembering to be kind to yourself and do what works for your body. There's no pressure and no comparison in our practice today. Slowly bringing that foot back in, bringing a hand on either side of the left foot, and then coming back to tabletop briefly. Walk your hands up towards the top edge of your mat and find your version of downward facing dog. So creating that triangle shape with your body, grounding through the hands, grounding down through the feet. Focus in on the pelvis here. So you're lifting your sit bones up and back and just allowing everything else to follow. Just be mindful of your spacing between hands and feet, really using your mat. And taking a brief moment to connect with your intention today. Maybe that intention is self-care. And if it is, that's great. If it's something else, that's perfectly fine as well. But just remembering to listen to your body as we practice and move today. On an inhale, draw the shoulders over the hands and come into plank. So we can take plank from our toes or our knees, so you do what works for you. But regardless, we're going to draw the inner thighs together, lift gently up on the pelvic floor, press away from the mat and draw the navel towards the spine. Think about that nice straight line. Pause and breathe. Notice the activation in the midsection. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Looking forward, take a walk up towards the top edge of your mat. And from here, we'll take a wider leg forward fold. So move your feet out towards the long edges of the mat. Toes turn slightly inward. Let's grab opposite elbows here and just allow the upper body to sway gently from side to side. Let the neck relax. And then dangling your fingertips for the floor. Turn the toes so they're just off your mat and the heels are in. And then bend into your hips and knees. Walk your hands up into your thighs and come into a squat here. So hands are just going to be resting on your thighs. Chest is lifted, belly is in. On an inhale, straighten the knees, stand up nice and tall, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, bend the knees, open the chest, sink down. Think about tucking your tailbone under. On an inhale, stand up nice and tall, reach the arms up. Exhale, squat it down, open the heart. Belly in. Good, one more time, inhale, stand tall on your legs, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, open the chest. Good, we'll take our left hand to the right thigh, reach the right arm back, again, twisting and opening to the right wall. Just nice and easy here. Good, come back to center, reach both arms up. Switch sides, right hand to the left thigh, reach the left arm back. Little isometric in the legs here, drawing the navel in. Good, inhale, hold that squat position, take the arms out nice and wide, open the chest. Good, bring the hands together at heart center. Keeping the squat, breathing in, little endurance in the legs here. On an inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Palms open, chest opens. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times, I promise. Inhale, forward, out. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep your face relaxed. Inhale, forward, all the way out. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Ride the breath down, turn the toes so they're parallel or slightly turned in. Relaxing the back of the legs. Do what feels good for you here. Maybe shifting the weight, toes to heels, just being in your body. Toe heel your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Good. Bring the hands just above the kneecaps. Come to standing cow. So heart is lifted, tail is up. Exhale, standing cat. Draw the belly in, chin to chest. Kind of maintaining a little bit of knee bend here. Inhale, drop the belly, tail up, look forward, standing cow. Exhale, pull the belly in, drop the chin to the chest, standing cat. Good, last time, inhale, standing cow. On your exhale, come all the way through standing cat, but come all the way to stand. Good, once you're in standing, roll the shoulders back a few times, opening up the chest. And then take your right hand, grab loosely onto your left wrist, just on top of the sacrum here. And then I want you to go ahead and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then pausing here, look up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. And then come up to center, switch your grip, and then left ear, left shoulder. Chin up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. Just releasing some of that tension there. Good, inhale, head up to neutral. Place the hands on the sacrum. Elbows are gonna point backwards. Lift your chin up, open your heart. Press the elbows towards the back wall. Again, breathing into the front body. And then as you exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Find mountain pose towards the top edge of your mat. Palms are forward. Belly is in, slight tailbone tuck. If it's available to you, blink your eyes closed and just let yourself be here, present on your mat. Notice the ground beneath your feet. Notice how your weight is distributed from side to side. Notice what your body feels like in standing. See if you can make any small adjustments to be a little bit more active in this posture. So maybe pulling the shoulder blades together slightly and down your back, opening your heart up, engaging through all of your toes and each corner of each foot. When you're ready, allow the eyes to open. On an inhale, sweep the arms up, float your heels today. So reaching fingertips up towards the ceiling, elevating the heels, pulling the belly in. Good, as you exhale, set your heels down, forward fold. Ride the breath all the way down. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Look up, float your heels. Belly in. Exhale, release the heels, hands to heart center. Good, again, inhale, sweep up. Float the heels. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Pause and breathe, belly in. Exhale, release the heels, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, round and fold. Establishing cadence with our breathing here. Inhale, press through the feet, sweep all the way up, float your heels. Exhale, release the heels, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, sweep, heels float. Exhale, hands through heart center, release the heels, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press through your feet, come all the way up, float your heels. Exhale, hands to heart center, release your heels down. Good, keep the heels down now. We'll move on to Sun Salutation A today. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up, take a little back bend. Exhale, this time Swan Dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank this first time and just pause and plank. We'll skip our Vinyasa series our first time through. Just notice that activation in the midsection. And then exhale just to down dog. Remember, you're always welcome to come to down dog or any other resting pose of your choice. Looking forward, walk or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up, look up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, lead with your heart. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank and pause. Breathe in, breathe out, set your knees down, lower halfway, chaturanga, low push-up. Release to your tummy, baby cobra, breathe in. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths, ground through your hands and feet. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Breathe in, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, chaturanga, low push-up from your toes or your knees. Inhale, any back bend. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, we'll inhale the left leg high. And any variations here of 3-legged dogs, if you want to bend and open, kind of turning your gaze to the left, or maybe circling out the knee or the hip, that works great. Just kind of being in your body again. Then we'll step it between the hands, come up to Warrior 2, pivot your back heel down, big long wingspan here. Slightly tucking the tailbone under. Good, as you exhale, extended side angle. Right arm reaches up and over. Left fingertips can go to a block if you have one available to you, or otherwise just making your way towards the outer edge of that left foot. If that doesn't work for you, you can come right here to your forearm, turn the palm up, but don't collapse onto your thigh. So keeping your chest engaged. Big reach through the side body here. So fingertips all the way down to that outer edge of your back foot. Lots of choices. Good, pause and breathe. And then we're gonna take that right hand and we're gonna move it to the outside of the left foot or ankle, and then pivot on that back heel, just slightly float your left arm up, revolved extended side angle. So you can kick that right foot in a little bit. Blocks are helpful here if you have one, otherwise just grab a hold of your leg. Pause and breathe. Keep your heart lifted. And then we're gonna sweep our arms up and come to reverse triangle. So same leg position, palm of the left hand points to the back wall. Straightening both knees, breathing into that left side body. So good counter pose here. Take another inhale. As you exhale, windmill your hands all the way down to the mat. Find plank pose. From here, down dog or take that vinyasa series, lowering halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog, grounding through your hands and feet. Pause and breathe. Remember, think about lifting, pressing the sit bones up and back. On an inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Just like you did on the first side, any variations of opening through the hip or into that right leg are perfectly acceptable here. Really firming up your hands, spreading the fingers nice and wide. When you're ready, giant step forward, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, rise. Gazing over that right hand, check your knee over ankle alignment on your front leg. Tail tucks under, pause and breathe. On an exhale, extended side angle. I'm just gonna grab a block here. So if you do have a block available to you, show you some options for utilizing the block in these series, or in this series of standing postures. So for extended side angle, you can bring the block on the outside of that right foot. Again, just like you're not going to allow your weight to collapse on that front thigh, you're going to keep your posture lifted, chest lifted. Same thing you would do if you were utilizing the block. Big side stretch here. Good. Take another breath in, soften the top of that left shoulder. And then as you exhale, left hand comes to the right ankle, lower leg, or block. Right arm reaches up for revolved extended side angle. So belly is still in. You can see how the block is utilized here on the outer edge of that right foot. Pause and breathe, heart lifts. Relax your face. Good, then we're gonna sweep the arms up nice and big on an inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten both knees, right palm faces the back wall. Pause and breathe, gentle on the back hand. Good, one more inhale. As you exhale, big windmill the arms down to the mat. Find plank pose. From your toes or your knees, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Pause and breathe. Good, looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, we'll take standing half bow for another standing balance posture today. So shift your weight onto your right foot. Send the right palm forward, drop the left arm down. Go ahead and start to bend your left knee. You're gonna reach back and catch the instep of your left foot. The knee will stay in line with your hip here. So you're opening into the left chest, knee in line with the hip, so you should feel a little bit of a stretch into that left quadricep. Palm floats up, pause and breathe. And then as you exhale, you'll take that left leg, cross it over the right, eagle pose or eagle prep. Right arm stays on top, left arm sweeps underneath. Elbows are in line with your shoulders. Bend into the standing leg. Think about squeezing the legs together. Finding a focal point or drishti works well for any of our balance postures. And then as you exhale, come out of it, uncrossing everything, circling out that right leg. Good, come back to mountain pose, stand tall, open the chest. Shift the weight onto the left foot this time. Left palm floats high, shoulder height. Right hand is gonna start to reach back, catch the instep of the right foot for standing half bow. Again, doing what feels right for your body, knee in line with your hip. Find a focal point. Pause and breathe. Be in your body. Good, as it's available to you, release that right foot, cross right over left, sit into the legs for eagle pose. Right arm is gonna come underneath the left, back of the hands, or palms to touch as you bend into your standing leg. Squeeze the legs and the arms together for activation, separate the shoulder blades. Breathe into the middle part of your back. Belly draws in, tail tucks under. As you're ready, standing up slowly, coming out of it. Coming back to mountain pose, roll the shoulders back a few times. Good, pause in mountain pose, palms forward, belly in. Blink your eyes closed again. Just like we did at the beginning of the practice, connect with your breath. Notice how you feel. Recall that intention that you set for your practice today. Let's take a cleansing breath here. So nice deep breath in through the nose. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. But do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. Good, when you're ready, blink the eyes open, deep breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, lead with your heart, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step it back to plank. Breathe in. Exhale to downward facing dog. So we're gonna move into our traditional pigeon pose. If that is not available to you, you can hold down dog or move into child's pose, and then I'll give you a supiner on your back option. So on an inhale, you'll reach the right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, you're gonna sweep that right leg forward to set up for pigeon. Uncurl those back toes and kind of reach back through your left leg. So this is a great place for a prop. So if my tendency here is to roll onto my right hip and scooch off to the side, I'm gonna wanna roll towel or a block or something to kind of support my sit bone here. This is probably too thick, so something a little bit thinner is gonna work out the best. We're gonna work on making that lower leg on the right parallel to the top edge of our mat. If we don't get there, that's perfectly fine. You can spend a few breaths on a tall spine with straight elbows, feeling a little bit more stretch into the left hip flexor region. And then if it's available to you, you can come down to your forearms for your restorative pigeon posture. Great place to use blocks or pops again. If that variation of pigeon is not available to you, you're gonna come onto your back. You're gonna cross right over left, press that right leg off to the side, and then if you'd like, draw the legs in and take reclining pigeon pose. It's also a good option if you have knee or hip issues and you're not able to get into that more aggressive posture. So choosing whichever one feels good for you, and just let yourself be here for a few breaths, making any micro adjustments that you might need to make in the pose. So this is where listening to your body is really important. I think a benefit to having the virtual yoga is that we don't have as much availability to compare ourselves, which is great. So completely judgment-free here, doing what works for you. Allowing the practice to be your own. And then as you feel ready, you can start to slowly come up if you decided to come down. And then we'll tuck the back toes under and press back to a wide leg downward facing dog. And then just alternate dropping the knees into center. If you took that reclining pigeon pose on your back, you can just Uncross your legs and pull the knees into the chest. If you're in traditional down dog, you're gonna walk your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Press the heels and the hands into the mat. Inhale, left leg high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, slide it forward, setting it up for pigeon, second side. So reaching through the right leg, coming onto straight elbows, lifting your chin. Prop underneath that left sit bone. And then any variations of the postures, just like you did on the first side. Pausing and breathing, and just taking time here, doing your best to not let your mind wander. When you feel ready, you start to slowly come out of it. And then this time as we come to, if you are in that traditional pigeon posture, we'll just go ahead and shift your weight onto the left hip and then pull the right leg around. So you're in a seated position. If you're on your back, you can just stay there. Soles of the feet will go to the mat, we'll float the palms up, and then engage your belly, come all the way down to your back. If you're not comfortable on your back for whatever reason, you feel free to roll to your side. We'll just be here briefly before we move into our traditional Shavasana. So maybe just take a few moments with the soles of the feet on the mat to just kind of windshield wiper the legs. Just a little bit of slow knee rocking from side to side. And then we'll draw the knees in towards the chest, take them out a little bit wider. Same thing, a little bit of rocking from side to side, just letting the low back go. And then this is where you can individualize your practice even further by taking any other final poses that might feel good for you before we move into Shavasana. So happy baby might feel good, or wide leg straddle. You might choose an inversion to do. You might choose a reclining spine twist, or you might feel pretty ready to come into your final relaxation posture, and that is totally fine too. I'm taking about the next 5 or 6 breath cycles to complete your practice today. Start to slow down the breath again. We did that nice, beautiful 4-7-8 breath at the beginning of our practice today. So you don't have to return to that, but maybe just start to lengthen both the inhale and the exhale. And then whenever you're ready, coming into your final relaxation, Shavasana, corpse pose, we'll spend a few moments here tucking the shoulder blades underneath us, allowing the palms to be up, the feet and ankles, to relax and fall comfortably out to the sides of the mat. Allowing the eyes to close or lowering your gaze. Breathing deeply. Shifting the breath back low into the belly. Finding peace both in the body and the mind for a few moments. Pausing the mind chatter. Allowing yourself to just be present on your mat without anything to do for the next few minutes. Acknowledging the goodness of your body, everything, gratitude that you have for those things and individuals in your life, gratitude for yourself, and for coming to your mat today. Allow the ground to support you. Let go of any remaining tension. You are safe. You are strong. You are confident. You are loved.